Welcome to Australia, where 1 minute it's sunny and the next one it's pouring down. Hello, I'm Josh. I'm a qualified mechanic at Skilton Truck Repairs, and today I'm going to be replacing kingpins on this Iveco. We're going to flip the cab, come in here and press the cab lock button, release the cab lock, turn the lever, press the button. Jacking up the truck now. Boom. My world is a vampire. Step one, got to pull this big caliper off. I've got to back it off, self-adjusting brakes. At the back of this caliper, there is a little piece here. Goes on the splines. You've got to feel it, make sure you're going the right way too. If it doesn't want to go, don't push it. So that, just push those pistons back. There's one, there's two. Pull it off there, bring them up here. Just rest them there, because they got the pad wear indicator wires you don't want to break. Just pull the ABS sensor out, wiggle it backwards and forwards until it pops out. So that's another thing you don't want to stretch or crush or break. Give it a quick inspection. It's alright from my house. Tuck that back up here with the brake pads. Next step, we've got to pull this big boy off. Loud noise for the people at home. I'm going to cut these cable ties. So that will separate the ABS cable, the pad wear indicator cables from this big air line that goes to the caliper. So that we don't pull down the pads and damage those sensors, or pull down the sensors. So you want to put it in a spot where the air line is under no tension, just like that. There you go, caliper's off. Next step here is to pull off this tie rod end. Don't have to worry about damaging the split pin because we always replace split pins. Never use them more than once. See, you're always damaging them, getting them out. Now take this nut off, put some tension on this steering rod, maybe give it a whack on the knuckle. Go on, son. Go on, son. Hit it! That's it. Pull some caps off. So I'm going to keep in mind, where are they? Get out of there. Yeah. The amount of shims that were on here. Because the way you adjust this kingpin is actually how wide the shims are. Despite all my rage, I'm still just a ready to go. Now, why are you going that way? So now's when I normally ask my helper to jack up the jack for me. Psst. Psst. You jack it. Whoop. That's the top cap. Put that down there. Put the O-ring up. I'll get the 2 man. They always pop out. Does it not feel strange?
Kind of does.
It's good. It's alright. You're gonna be. When I'm gonna.
Copy.
In. Alright, hold there.
Held.
I'm just going to lift it and you're just going to put that under nicely. Thanks, brother. So what we've just done is smack the kingpin out. It's very important to know what kind of design it is. So this one here is a tapered design and the taper is at the bottom. So skinny. All right. The way that this one's designed is skinnier at the top and thicker on the bottom. If we'd have tried to push that up, it just wouldn't have worked. It would have mushroomed out the eye down here, which wouldn't have been good. So it's always important to take note of which side is thicker and thinner. Some of them are the same diameter all the way through. But anyway, this is where it's been wearing. So you can see all this scoring here. That's no good. All this scoring here, no good. Yeah. So when doing kingpins, you always want to replace the bearing on the inside as well. The way these ones are designed is 2 bearings on top, 2 bearings on the bottom. So you always want to replace them, especially these needle roller ones. They get a little bit of dirt or grime in there and they just seize up. I've just popped them out, clean up the eyes, same as I clean up that side. All right, now I'm gonna flip. Right, now I'm gonna do a flip, cover that hole. Brake clean all the old grease off of all the mating surfaces, especially where the bearings go as well. It's very important to have no burrs or sharp edges or even a little scratch where the bearings go, because they'll just get stuck and they'll seize and then you'll really damage the eye. So in this box, tools out of all the old jobs to help us. And this is an old cap that'll perfectly center the bearing. All old shims, couple of old nipples, old pin, needle roller, little holder. The Kingpin kit, brand new shims, the new Kingpin with a bit of a vacuum seal there to keep it nice and smooth, nice and clean. New bearings. This is a rubber cup which keeps all the needles where they're supposed to be. These are the 2 bottom bearings. They're also needle rollers, but they have like an internal plate that holds them in place. A new bottom cap, a new top cap, new seals, new O-ring, flat washer that goes onto that bottom cap, a couple of different nipples, new bolts. Very important, wash your hands. First I'm going to install the top bearings. And comes the homemade plate that I made. That'll sit like that. Thread them in, nice and flat. And we're gonna go down nice and evenly. So now that we're at this point, where both bolts are tight, it's started to seat, and it's seating nice and flat. Your hammer and your punch, right in the middle, the plate's gonna hold it straight. A couple of taps. Couple of taps, double check it. It's looking good. So, first bearing's all the way through. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to back out the bolts. Once you've got the second bearing in a little bit, we're going to add some washers, making sure that we've added the same amount of washers on each side. So this will act as a sort of like a press. It'll press the bearing in as well. Tap it in. So now we get to a point where the rubber stopper gets in the way of it going inside. One of the old ones, make sure it's clean, push it up through the bottom. And what that'll do is keep the needle rollers in place. We're going to switch out to a socket just to make sure it gets fully seated into position. Just keep working it downwards. Right, so now that we're in the eye, the socket can only go so far. Make sure all that little dust and debris gets out. Right there. We're going to get our old needle holder. We're going to put it back through the top. And that's the top side done. I'm going to flip it to the other side. Bit of brake clean. Then what else I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the other side to make sure no dirt or anything gets into the bearings that we've just pressed in. It's the same logic. Make sure it's perfectly center. Quarter turn. Quarter turn. So now that it's all tight and even, a couple of taps. Just going to bottom out the bolts. So now that bearing's about to go in, So now the top cap's going in. We're going to remove it. Wipe off any dust, especially around that edge. Next bearing fits on, nice and flat. Half turn, blood taps again. Now pushing both bearings down at the same time. Bearing's almost in. Different noise from the hammer then, tells me that this is bottomed out. And then if you come have a look at this, see the two bearings in there, they're the perfect height.
Oh yeah, these go from the bottom, eh?
Bottom up.
Bottom up.
Yeah.
Easy to remove, and you don't ruin the inside of the
Little tap, like little. Keep going. A little bit harder. A little bit harder. Yeah, one more. Yeah. One more time. Yeah. Now we're gonna get some flippage. Lift and then flip. Go, go.
So these rubber seals here to allow the grease to purge out, but not let moisture into these bearings and rust them out. That is the idea of these little seals. As you're greasing them, you'll see grease will purge out around this area, and you'll see grease come out. You might see a little bit of dirt, you might see a little bit of water, but these seals are stopping the water from going in. Because once it's all sitting properly, once it's all sitting true and everything,
Yeah. Put grease through, it's going to push it out where it needs to be anyway.
yeah.
Beautiful. It's ready to go on now.
Yeah, sweet.
All right, now I'm going to put this back on this with the new pin, and I'll show you how to shim it up properly. Let's get the right movement out of it. Yep. Yep. In. Slowly. Keep going. Keep going. All right, go. All right, go down a touch. All right, leave it there. Thank you, sir. This is the new Kingpin. As you can see, there's almost no difference. There is a taper there, but you can't even see where it starts and where it finishes, and there's no scores on it. That's what you want right there. The reason I'm tapping it is because it's got to push out this piece here, which is the holder for the needle rollers. So they just go, the pin is really what's holding out the needle rollers now. Right, so now that that's stuck in there, I'm gonna get the new cap, the fat one. No, the fat one. Yeah, no, the fat one. Fat one, yeah, that one, no. You had your hand on it. Nope, nope, yep. Both, yep, there you go. So I'm gonna put the cap on first with no shim. Just get that pin to sit where it's supposed to sit. So now that's in there, that's gonna hold the pin up, and we can remove the jack. It's not gonna fall out on us anymore. A couple taps up with the rubber hammer. As I do up this cap, it's gonna push that tapered pin up into the eye. I'll show you what happens when you need more. So that Kingpin won't even turn, that's fully seized. And that's not even done up fully. Alright, so the way I like to do it is you start with a thick one, because I know we're gonna need it. You look at the old ones here. I'm gonna get the thick one. And a small one, try that first. Put a couple of shims in place. So that's fully done up. It's just a feel thing. Feeling of, that's free, so that's all right. I actually think that feels pretty good. No, I lied, I've got heaps of movement. All right, so after shimming it, the steering still feels a little bit loose. And after standing up and feeling the up and down movement, I still got a little bit, so I'll try and put another shim in. So this is the thickness of the one we've had in there. So if I needed to add a little bit, already, it feels a lot looser, but pretty good. So I'm gonna feel it up and down. No, there's none there. So that should be perfect. I'm gonna replace the bottom bolts with the new ones. I'm gonna put the new top cap on with the O-ring, grease it up, and this side's done. New cap sits on top. Evenly, make sure the O-ring seats properly. So with these, you always want to grease the top first. Gonna push that pin down and then grease up the bottom. So if you have a look over here, you can see the grease coming out the seal here. That's perfect, that's exactly what we want. Then I'll grease the bottom one. Exactly what we want right there. Give it a good spin left to right. There'll be no movement up and down. Exactly what we want. So that's tight as. Connect up the steering rod again, caliper on, wipe up all the excess, and then do the same to the other side. Alright, so once the nut's done up, we're going to install our brand new split pin. Split one side up, push it down, next side splits down, cut it a little bit shorter. Folds over the nut, folds over the top, just like that. Next up, we're going to put the caliper on. One side, second side. Finger thread it in first, so it's sitting in the right spot. Making sure to do them all up evenly as well. Right, now they're all tight, I'm going to run a ratchet over all of them. Other side. Not going anywhere. Now, take this pin back out, put it in there before. Put the pin in the washer, put that there for a second. Up here we've got ABS sensor, put that back on in a sec. So inner one in, the outer one. Now this sits like so. Like that, washer and pin, like that. Those pads aren't going anywhere. This bracket also sat over here. Here we go. Like that. So now it's just ABS sensor in, we'll cable tie this, or both wires back up around the airline, and we'll adjust the brakes up. Even though they are self-adjusting calipers, you've got to get them close. So first is the ABS sensor. That's in. And now I'll adjust these brakes up. As I turn this in here, it's going to push the pistons in. So, I don't know if you can see that. I'll probably get in the way. Just keep adjusting them up until they grab the pads. So that stops there. So now I'll back it off. That's one click, that's two clicks. And now with that cover back on, we should be able to free spin it. We do. So again, these will adjust themselves as the pads wear down. So you just got to get it close or it will adjust itself. So we've got our two wires here. 3, 4, 5. Snip the ends off. And that is Kingpin replacement on the left-hand side of an Iveco Eurocargo. And now onto the other side.